Hello, adventurers. Today, we wanted to get to know our new hosts, Greg and Jim, a little better, as well as ourselves. Like, who are we? What makes us tick? What's like our deal, you know? And at Josey's suggestion, we decided the best way to do this is to revisit the online personality quizzes. Now, before you say it, yes, I know we did these way back in episode 4, and yes, I know the episode was super long and no one made it all the way through. I promise you we're getting better at this and we've learned our lesson. This is just part 1 of the Quizzes Redux series that we'll record and release whenever we think it's a good time. We'd love for you to play along with us. Just open the link in the show notes and really dig deep in yourself and find the true answers. You can share your results with us by tagging or DMing our Instagram, which, by the way, I started completely redoing, so I'd appreciate you checking that out regardless. That's over at Curmudgeons and Dragons on Instagram. Also, this is an open call for your RPG horror stories. Send us a well-formatted story to curmudgeonsanddragonspod@gmail.com, and maybe we'll talk about your game, or maybe we'll even invite you on the show to tell us yourself. So let's party like it's 2014 and the new BuzzFeed quiz just dropped. Everybody roll initiative.
Sometimes talking with friends feels like role-playing. Sometimes it feels like combat. Join us at the round table and roll initiative. This is Curmudgeons and Dragons.
All right, hello. Welcome back to Curmudgeons and Dragons. I'm Jason Portizo, and at the round table today, we've got, I'm just going to go in order. I see them on my screen. Ms. Josey Diaz.
Well, hello there. I'd be sipping on a passion fruit martini right now.
I'm looking at your camera, and no, you're not.
Oh, hold on. Wait. There it is.
That is a passion fruit martini flavored, ready-to-drink premium cocktail by All Shook Up, who is not sponsoring us. So,
you didn't have to say all of that. You could have just said, yes, that is a can of passion fruit martini.
I'm saying that you don't have one. You're saying you do have one, and I just want to be, we're about clarity here on this show, okay?
Yeah, so for clarification, I'm drinking a 4% alcohol by volume, All Shook Up passion fruit martini, since you want to get into it and wouldn't just take me at my word.
Can it be a martini if it's not in a glass?
No,
yes,
you can't.
They sell pre-made mixed premium cocktails.
Well, yeah, because you got margarita mix. You can have margarita without it being a margarita.
I can buy a rum and Coke in a can in a 4-pack.
Yeah, that's a rum and Coke, not a martini, though.
Well, you come over here, have a sip of this martini, and you be the judge.
Greg Genovas is here.
Hello.
Please talk about something else, Greg.
I kind of actually just want to talk about this martini a little bit more. I say martini
Jim Crocker's
is
here.
The alcohol, not the...
Jim, how are you? Don't listen to him.
I'm good. My wife just had surgery, so I'm not drinking until she is fully recovered. So, Josey, you'll have to have mine for me.
Cheers, baby.
I heard that went well, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. She's in recovery. I'm in it.
We don't want to just leave that hanging.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what?
Yes.
Edit this to be at the end of the episode. Leave him hanging.
It was good. It was
Find out how Jim's wife is doing on the next Curmudgeons and Dragons.
I'm recording from a different room than I usually do while we help her, get back on her feet. So
I'm so glad we're starting off so strong.
Yeah. We're doing great. We're always doing great. Today's episode is brought to you by Josey. This is her idea.
Yeah.
You can tell because it's awful.
We don't know that yet.
So you say.
No, we're going to see how this goes. I have some sort of hopes for this. I can't tell if they're high or low, but I have hopes, which I've never had before. I've never had neither hopes nor dreams, except for the one over and over again. So today we are revisiting not the same ones that we've done before. Thank God, because those were bad. And that one was my fault. But Josey sent over...
The moral of the story is don't let Jason pick the quizzes we do.
I'm not a quiz guy.
Let me do it.
If I remember, though, it was the official one.
There was an official one that was super long. And I looked at it.
It was like 75 questions. And even just recording it, I wanted to give myself the Oedipus Rex treatment. I just want to clarify. I mean, I want to stab out my eyes. I don't want to fuck my mom.
Yeah, there's a lot in that Oedipus Rex treatment.
Moving on. This was, I believe, episode like 2 or 3 or 4, something like that. It's from that first month when we were still kind of figuring a lot of things out. And a lot of those episodes weren't great. But
the only one you should listen to is the first RPG horror stories, because then you'll know who Cody is.
Yes. Yes. The episode was, it was a cool idea. It didn't pan out. But I want to come back and revisit it, A, to give it another shot, and B, because since we came back from our little short rest, these two new voices who have been absolutely killing it on the show, Greg and Jim,
Ah, shucks.
I like to not only myself, but give the listeners a little bit of insight on who the hell these guys are, instead of just asking who the hell they think they are, like I do every episode. So you guys want to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's good because you have no choice.
Let's go.
So Josey dropped the links in the chat. You guys have that open?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with the race quiz. Which D&D race are you?
It starts off very much the same as the last one.
Yeah. And links to these quizzes are going to be in the show notes. So if you want to play along with us, go ahead and click those. So this is on quotev.com or quotev.com. Again, check out the link in the notes. Play along with us. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And give us a message on Instagram when we post about this, and let us know your results. We'd love to compare notes. We're going to do this the way we used to. We're going to bring back some classics here. We're going to roll initiative for this.
I'm going to be using the online die roller. I'm representing our online play
Well, now
segment
I got a
here.
12, so.
I got a 13.
And I have linked to the die roller in our chat so that you can all
I don't think you're
check
going
up
to
on my
cheat
roll.
on the initiative roll for an online quiz, Jim.
Well, I mean,
What did we all get? I wasn't paying attention now. I got a 14.
15.
I got a 12.
I got a 14 as well.
Let's just say Jim goes first.
I got 15.
All right, so Jim goes before me. Perfect. Okay, why don't you guys go first anyway?
Oh, I go last.
That feels right.
Go for it, Greg.
All right. How tall are you? Very short, average, tall, very tall. Pretty sure I'm tall. 6'1", 6'2" on a good day.
I just found out Simone Biles is only 4'8".
What?
I'm sorry, it's not relevant, but like.
So you're going tall.
Yeah.
I'm going to put myself as average.
Oh, we're all doing it. All right.
Yeah, it's just
That's the
order
point of this
in which.
collaborative podcast, Greg. We're all here together.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, we're not going to do the quiz
Next-
one at a time.
Next week on the Greg Hour,
Dungeons and Dragons is a team sport.
the Greg Genovas experience.
So I'm 5'8", which is a little short for a typical American male. But
That's actually right on average.
Right on average, certainly for the rest of the world. So I'm gonna click average.
Yeah,
there.
that's where I'm at.
I am also of average height, which we established last time.
Question 2. Which class do you favor?
Ooh, this is a good one. I do like barbarians and monks.
Well, you got to pick one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with barbarian.
Jim, what do you like?
Paladin.
That was a good one.
Every game is an excuse for me to figure out how to play Captain America.
The handful of times that I've gotten to play, and this is going to be, it's going to sound weird, I like Rangers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I had a great time playing that Ranger.
Rangers are fun.
I asked my friends what they think I like to play as, and they all said rogue, and they would be incorrect. I like to play the bard.
And we know you're a bard.
Yeah, we know.
I know you know that, but I asked my school friends, and they're like, you seem like a rogue. You seem like somebody that likes to lurk in the shadows. Be like, I want to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Would a rogue be on a podcast? I don't think so.
No. Certainly not the assassins.
And this question, why did you decide to become an adventurer? I was going to rattle these off just for people listening. The options are curiosity of other cultures, a desire to travel, and lack of social acceptance.
You skipped over.
You skipped over.
I just kind of felt like it.
I think they're in different orders for everyone. Yeah.
Oh, so
very
you'll have to
interesting.
actually take the test to figure it out.
Or you can just let me read these.
No.
Here they are in no particular order, because apparently there is no particular order. Curiosity about other cultures, a desire to travel and lack of social acceptance, self-confidence, I was compelled by a celestial force, a sense of duty, I just kind of felt like it, wanderlust, I didn't choose to, it chose me. I had no other option. A falling out with my friends and family, a sense of curiosity. My people were threatened, a drive for self-improvement, to acquire riches. Other people were doing it to prove my strength and to carve out a place in the world.
All right. So why did I decide to become an adventurer? I think kind of just felt like it, or I'm going to go with curiosity about other cultures.
I was going to say, I feel like I just kind of felt like it is the same as saying it was the vibe.
Yeah. You know what? It kind of was.
It was the vibe.
It was the vibe.
Jim, where are you going?
I'm going to say a drive for self-improvement.
I am torn between I just kind of felt like it, and I'm just going to be totally honest with myself here. I'm going to go ahead and click other people were doing it.
I'm torn between wanderlust and curiosity about other cultures just because those sound like they might be the same thing to me. So I'm just going to go with wanderlust.
All right. Number 4, what clothes do you prefer? Options are vests, something in silver, whatever helps me blend in, rich colors and loose fabrics, something sturdy and dignified, something detailed and artistic, something comfortable and environmentally friendly, something simple and pale colored, something quirky, anything I can scrounge up, no shirts, something simple but elegant.
Exclamation point.
No shirts, exclamation point.
That's important.
Yeah, I'm actually going to need you to say that with a little bit more gusto, Jason.
All right. No shirts.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And scene. Something simple but elegant, anything comfy, something intimidating with a bit of fur, whatever I feel like, whatever's popular, something edgy and unique.
I would like to point out that comfortable is on here twice, but I will go with something comfortable and environmentally friendly.
Because that's the stipulation. That's what makes it different.
Well, the other one is anything comfy and environmentally
is anything
unfriendly.
comfy, which, and I'm going to pick anything
regardless
comfy.
of its environmental friendliness.
Right.
Exactly.
It's made entirely out of 6-pack rings and asbestos.
Yes. Yeah. That is my,
I got
Whatever
this new
feels
shirt
good on
made-
your skin.
I got this shirt made entirely out of plastic straws.
my rayon sweatpants or something like that. So yes. Yeah. I am actually going to choose anything comfy because that is pretty much how I typically dress. So.
If we're going for myself as a real person, I do stick with generally comfy. And actually, the t-shirts I just got are slightly more environmentally friendly than their counterparts, or so they claim. But honestly, it's really just anything I can scrounge up. I am the type to buy. I'm a sound tech for a living, so I wear the same things every day, whether I'm going to work or not. It's just a plain black t-shirt and blue jeans, which is my entire. You open my drawer, and it's full of I think I have 7 black t-shirts, 2 black hoodies, and 5 pairs of the same jeans.
Oh my God, that's the same thing as my roommate.
It's a look.
That's the Einstein thing, right? Where you don't waste brain power on deciding which outfit to wear.
Mismatched
You've
socks.
got it all ready to go.
You've seen my Einstein tattoo, Jim.
Attack your day. Yeah.
I go with whatever I feel like. Because some days I want to be comfy, but some days I want to look like a mommy dummy, And some days I want to look like a lumberjack. There's really no telling with me.
Kind of thought you were no shirts. I've known you a long time, Josey.
Yeah, well, that's only in certain environments, and most of y'all got to pay to play.
Right.
Oh, it's too cold over in jolly old England.
It's actually been very warm over here, which is surprising to me.
Well,
Their
there
march
goes my
does not
joke.
come in
so.
like a lion.
Yeah, way to kill the narrative.
Haha.
Where do you feel most comfortable? Options are, I don't feel comfortable anywhere. Wherever nature is most prevalent. Anywhere I feel I'm in my element. Amongst my people. I can feel comfortable anywhere. Someplace high up. In the forest. Someplace with a lot of treasure. Someplace interesting and exciting. Wherever other people are. Anywhere the light shines. My hometown. The wilds with my family. Someplace where no one is looking at me. Indoors or underground. Or anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, as a mountain boy, either wherever nature is most prevalent or in the forest, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with in the forest.
Jim?
Amongst my people is what I'm going to say here.
So you like to be at conventions with other weeb trash?
Yes. If I've got, it doesn't really matter where it is if there are like-minded folks hanging out with me. So
Yeah, I like that. I was going between that or wherever people are. Because as much as I can't stand people, I need
people. No, thank you.
Right.
My people, yes, please.
Yes, I'm going with that too.
I kind of want to be an angsty bitch and be like, I don't feel comfortable anywhere, but I think I'm also actually going to go with amongst my people.
Yeah.
I do love my weeb trash. I go to parties I've shown up to 2 different work parties with my homework. And I just sit there and I do homework.
Well, that's because you're getting old.
Nerd.
Yeah, well, I also found out I'm one of the oldest people that works there, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to my life too.
It's weird.
Quick yes or no
Shut
question.
up.
Do you like magic? Now I'm going to assume
Yes.
this means throwing fireballs and stuff and not Magic the Gathering.
The options are yes or no, just in case
You were wondering.
you're wondering.
Yeah. Do you like magic, son?
Yeah, I like magic.
I do not.
Well, I like illusions. I did grow up watching like in the late 90s, there was this trend on cable TV for a while that was all like these like magic shows. Like this is right around when like the Masked Magician was a thing.
Sure.
But like leading up to that, it was always like, the grand tournament of magic, and it was all like these big stage illusions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was like 7 or 8 and I loved that shit.
I love that show where they just fucking, here's how we do all our magic tricks.
Yeah, Masked Magician.
Amazing.
The guy got blackballed.
Oh yeah.
He made more off that special than I think any normal magician does, like doing magic. So like, good for him. Get that hustle.
You know what? Like, get good, everybody else.
What is the climate like where you were born? And there's way more options here than I feel like there should be.
I do like I don't really understand climate very well, because I feel like that.
That's actually
let me read these off to people who can't read these along with us. I moved around a lot. I only remember the people. It was idyllic. It was dreadful, rather harsh, snowy, tropical forest, extremely sunny. I don't remember. It was average. I don't really understand climate very well. Extremely windy, elemental extreme, temperate woodlands. I don't really care, and I didn't go outside at all. I'm just going to go ahead and click that one for myself right now.
How does I don't really care answer the question, what is the climate like where you were born?
I don't really care how that answers the question. You see how they can just work for anything?
Yeah, but like given the nature of like we're trying to figure out what we are,
then pick something
I don't know.
else. I'm not going to hold your hand this whole time, Greg.
Wait, no, not tropical forest. Fuck, how do I go back?
You just scroll back up.
Greg, are you taking a personality test and you failed?
Listen, it would not be the easiest test I've failed.
Jim, where are you from?
Oh, I think that I only remember the people, is what I'm going to say. I grew up in New England, quite nondescript. And one of the things about New England is that if you don't like the weather, you just wait a little while and it will change. So like I have memories of it being blistering hot. I have memories of it being freezing cold. I have memories of doing my paper route at like 10 years old in an ice storm where my eyelashes froze closed and I had to like wipe, kind of get the ice crystals out of my eyes so that I could open them. And,
Are you sure you're in New England and not Canada?
Oh, yeah. No, this is Connecticut. So northern Connecticut.
That's basically South Canada.
But I tried to be indoors as much as I could. And we would go camping and stuff like that and everything. But we did a lot of traveling. But what I remember from my childhood is the people that were around me. And, the weather just sort of happened. And I don't conceive of it as being a thing that is important in the way that the people were.
I feel like eyelashes freezing together would be like a large defining characteristic of the place that I live.
Yeah, it was. But
yeah, for sure.
But so was getting sunburned so bad that my skin was blistering and stuff like this. Ooh. So it was, it's just like I said.
It sounds like elemental extremes then.
Well, actually that might be elemental extremes. But, but then autumn was fantastic and stuff. So I don't know. You have convinced me that elemental extremes actually works pretty well for that. So that's what I'm going to use for that.
See, it's actually a real hard quiz.
Just because you're bad at it doesn't mean that it's hard. It just means that you're bad at it.
It's easy if you have no one.
I'm pretty sure it means it's difficult.
When you have people criticizing your choices, then that's when it gets tough.
You just tell them to fuck off.
The social pressure is
don't give in to peer pressure.
It's what makes it hard.
Or reading. Reading makes it hard.
I thought you said don't give into reading.
Don't give into reading
don't
either.
Give into reading, Jim.
Yeah, don't do that.
Jason, what was the climate you were born in?
I was born in North Jersey, so it was pretty much exactly the same as South Jersey, which meant winters were the kind of cold that would hurt your face. And we get nor'easters, which is a fun thing that Northeast deals with, hence the name. Mm-hmm. And we'll get 10 feet of snow dumped on us overnight. So
I miss those.
So those are fun.
I honestly miss them.
But if it's any consolation, to make up for extremely dry winters that would crack your face and break all your wooden instruments, we had extremely humid tropical summers that were so humid you could swim from your car to the beach.
It averaged out.
So, it was nice.
So are you going with rather harsh?
I'm going with, I didn't go outside much.
After all that. I don't know, because I'm from the Jersey Shore. We don't get the same kind of weather on the barrier island that you would get 15 minutes inland. Mm-hmm. So we have slightly warmer winters and slightly cooler summers because of the ocean breezes.
Yeah, the ocean kind of normals a lot of that off.
I'm going to go with it was average.
Yeah, we were kind of average too, in as much as like we were mathematically average. So like a 10 in one direction and a 10 in the other direction would average out to
balances
being
it out.
normal.
So
yeah.
New Jersey, it's average.
Yeah, 101 in the summer with 300% humidity kind of averages itself out from the 15 feet of snow you got 6 months earlier. Next question.
Exactly.
We spent so much time talking about the climate.
So this is a really similar question. We'll just get through this one quick. What kind of environment did you grow up in? And this is not a weather environment. This is either fun-loving, easygoing, and supportive. It was extreme, very concerned with honor, average, a religious household, tough, isolated and lonely, full of mistrust, isolated in nature, high elevation, homey and idyllic. I grew up in several. I just went along, harsh and competitive, barely scraped by, or strict and orderly.
I'm going to go with isolated in nature. One of my friends, his closest neighbor lived a mile away.
Oh my God. That's the next town over for me.
Oh man. So there's a couple of different ways that I could answer this. But so like, if you guys are familiar with the concept of a latchkey kid.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of one of the first generation of that, right? So like 1970s, my mom went back to work when we were very young. And so we were left, like I would get home from school and we'd have babysitters. We'd have, older kids from high school, both girls and boys, that would watch us for the afternoon until our folks got home, at 5 o'clock or something like this. So we were kind of half raised by this series of teenagers, that were kind of around when we were in the afternoon. We lived in a part of our suburban Connecticut town that was not like, one of these like cul-de-sacs where everybody could go out and play and stuff like that. We had one of those main roads in front of our houses where the cars would just like whip by at 70 miles an hour, and if we wanted to, we could hop the fence and go back and walk past the cows that were in our backyard to go like play in the woods or something like that. We didn't have a lot of kids around. I went to school and I had friends and stuff like this, but I think I'm going to say isolated and lonely for that. And not necessarily in a terrible, not in a terrible way. Like I said, I had friends and stuff like this, but my natural tendencies toward introversion combined with like not having a lot of other kids in the immediate vicinity. Like if we wanted to see people, we had to go to them to see them, like that kind of thing, or they had to come to us. There wasn't a lot of like, just go next door and, visit with other kids. So that's what I'm going to say for that. Certainly through like early, like late adolescence.
Without getting too into it, I parents were together until my 30s, so I don't have anything to deal with that. They were pretty supportive of everything. We were pretty middle class. I'm just going to hit average. Nothing really stood out as far as like, it wasn't exactly homey and idyllic. There was no mistrust. We weren't really religious. Like, I'm just going to hit average.
Oh, well, then I'm gonna be the little emo kid and say mine was full of mistrust. But there are reasons for that. I got my first bully was my kindergarten teacher. And if the teacher doesn't like you and says that you're a bad kid, all of the other kids kind of take their cues from that. So I was like, wow, adults are shitty. And then when I was 8, I joined the wrestling team. And they were like, oh, that weird girl that bites everybody is now also fighting everybody. And my mom used to read my diary, so I have trust issues.
I'm so sorry. That sucks
That's
ass.
why I don't write it down. I just keep it in my stupid little brain, and now I'm mentally ill.
All right, see if we finish this up. Next question. What element appeals to you? Earth, wind, fire, air, all of them.
Fire!
I will go with
Fire
fire.
Nation.
Little Fire Nation. I am an Eagle Scout, so I learned how to be a pyro very early and very well.
You were, people taught you how to do it. My dumbass was just in the backyard setting stacks of leaves on fire.
You think it was like a responsible adult who taught me? No,
but you had somebody that was going to put out the fire for you. You didn't have to go.
That's very, very bold of you to assume. Much like Jim, it was slightly older children teaching me these things.
I think they're all important, and I think the Avatar is going to save us all. So I'm going with all of them.
I'm also going to go with fire.
Definitely water for me. I was a competitive swimmer for many years, and I love to be in the pool, and that I would much rather be in a pool than walking on a treadmill or doing any of that kind of stuff. So
Also,
definitely
given all those options, water is the only one that's delicious.
Wrong.
Humans can't taste water, actually. A little science fact for you.
Perfect for our next question. Question number 10. Are you passive or aggressive?
Ah,
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
aggressive. Yeah, I'm a
sorry,
little
Josey.
more aggressive than
Annoying is
passive.
not an option.
It's just the aggression, baby.
She just writes it in.
Yeah, I've carved it into my computer screen, actually.
How do you write in an online quiz? I am very passive. I'm very passive aggressive, which
That's
means
being passive, baby.
I think that's being aggressive though, because it's a form of aggression.
I think it's still being passive.
It's
I
Passive
think they're
means-
asking, are you
passive means you just let
overtly
it be.
aggressive or passive aggressive?
I think passive means you're just kind of let things happen. I can't let things just idly by. Like,
What happens if people don't respond to your passive aggression, though?
then we switch to aggressive aggression.
Okay.
You had your chance for passive aggression.
Well, I think the fact that I waited until everyone was done speaking before I answered gives us the answer to that question.
Back to D&D stuff. Number 11. What stat do you favor?
What's your favorite?
But what do you embody?
I really enjoy health and working on things like that, dietary stuff. So I'm going to go with Constitution.
Jim, how about you?
Oh, what do I favor? I mean, so when it says favor, like, is that what is my favorite or what?
So for the purpose of how we're using this quiz, what stat do you feel you yourself have maxed?
Oh, that's probably
None of them.
no. That's also
Let me rephrase that.
Constitution.
What's your highest stat?
Constitution. Absolutely, my highest stat is Constitution. No question about it. I don't get sick. I don't, like we were talking about how I've never had a cavity, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
I'm gonna, like both of my grandfathers lived into their 90s and stuff like this, so I'm pretty sure I'm in good shape as far as that goes.
I've kind of made my living by, being a musician. Now we're doing, podcast stuff. And I make my living by talking and hanging out with people. And we realized the other day that 100% of the jobs I've ever been offered were because I knew somebody. I don't think I've ever actually handed a resume to a stranger and they're just like, yeah, sure, come on in. It's always just like, hey, this guy says you're cool, come on by. And I think the entire reason that I'm able to do anything at all is because of my charisma stat.
Charisma.
Which is weird because I look like this. And I should not have any at all.
Well, but if ever there
Charisma,
was,
baby.
Physical looks only add to charisma. They are not the cause of charisma.
Listen, I've learned that now. It's mostly about
Yeah, you could be a 10 and be like, oh my God, you're too stupid to have a conversation with, and you're kind of a creep, and I'm going to about face and book it in the other fucking direction.
but I do all those things out of 4.
Then you're fine. You're living within your means. I haven't booked it yet, Jason. Don't worry. I'm still here. You're going to make fun of me.
Probably.
I'm going to say mine is intelligence. Not wisdom. Intelligence. In the breaks I had between getting my first degree and now, I would read textbooks for fun and also take notes on the nonfiction books I was reading. I have a copy of Philip Zimbardo's The Lucifer Effect, which is about the Stanford prison experiment and Abu Ghraib prison, that I bought on vacation with Katie in 2019, started reading and went, oh no, this requires a much closer reading. And I went out and bought a notebook, a pack of pencils, and highlighters, and I filled that notebook with my annotations because I didn't really want to write in the book, and now I've gotten over that, and I write all over my books. But
It's your book. You bought it.
I crave knowledge, so I'm going to go with intelligence.
Are you studying for a master's degree right now? Is
No,
that what you're doing? Or?
That's where the lack of wisdom comes in. This is a second bachelor's degree.
There we go. All right, okay. You know what? I suspect a second bachelor's degree will still put you ahead of any of the rest of us. So that's
my
That would be
classmates are
2
really
more than I
benefiting
have.
from my graphic design knowledge.
Same here.
Okay,
Same here.
so when you have 2 bachelor's degrees, you will have more bachelor's degrees than the 3 of us put together.
Excellent.
So that's I'll
Yep.
buy that.
And then I'll go on for my master's degree.
Now, point against her, though, they are in graphic design and literature, creative writing. So,
Okay.
Again, another mark against wisdom.
one day she'll get a good one.
Point in her favor. Mine is in theater. So
Beautiful.
It's a literally,
That's why-
utterly
that's why
useless degree.
You're
Yeah.
a professional D&D player. This feels like a gimme question. Which racial ability do you want? I feel like this is really like weighting the results of this quiz like a whole bunch. But of these racial
You'd be
abilities, which one do you
surprised.
want?
I'm gonna.
Answers
Well, don't
are.
think about the race that it's attached to. Think about which of these things you'd want the most.
True. So answers are skill versatility, which what is that attached to?
Don't worry about it.
No, fine. We'll go through it later. Skill versatility, flight, change appearance, fury of the small. Josey.
Do not.
Stone. I already did that. Stone cunning, elemental power, infernal legacy, mimicry, fey ancestry, lucky, speech of beast and leaf, savage attacks, stone's endurance, healing hands, extra language, gnome cunning, or breath weapon.
For me, that's a no-brainer, and it's healing hands.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That seems the most useful.
Well, it's all that other stuff is selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
just like it's just that
I've come to terms with
it would
that,
be
Jim.
cool. It would be cool to fly, but being able to lay my hands on other people and help them feel better. That's
I feel like they're
All right.
Live
so
for that.
dissociating knowledge of what these are attached to. I think if I was going on an adventure, I would want to have lucky as my.
I think that's the only like good, like actual real world good answer here. I think every single other one of these would either be very situational, get you experimented on by every government in the world. You are not going to
Exactly.
casually fly to work and get away with it. All right.
Not unless
Mhm.
you also have invisibility.
Which is not an option. I think lucky is the most genuinely useful. You've seen Deadpool 2. Domino is the most powerful thing like ever. Like she's just you can't beat her because you're just going to trip and kill yourself if you try. Yeah, we're going lucky.
I'm going to pick Fury of the Small.
Yeah, of course you are. Next question.
Yeah. We Josey, you already have
I
that.
know. Look
Number
at
13.
these
What unique
duds.
feature do you want? And some of these are great. Answers are big feet, pointy ears and facial hair, an ever-changing appearance, nothing, found the human, scales, feathers, height, just pointy ears without the facial hair apparently, a beard, thank you, blue fur, white eyes, big eyes, horns, green skin, intimidating teeth, wings, colored skin and hair.
There are so many of these I want.
Right.
Right? Like
Get
it's
one,
hard to
get
narrow
one.
them down.
I'm going to go with an ever-changing fucking appearance so I can... I'm feeling horns today.
Yeah, honest. Funny you said that because I went with horns.
And some days I'm like, you know what? The horns are getting in the way of my funky, fresh hairdo. I'd rather have wings.
Jim, what are you feeling?
I don't want any of this stuff. I just want to be, but
Found the human.
for
nothing
where
is
I'm
an
at
option.
now. Yeah, so that is what I've chosen is nothing.
I feel like a beard is already a superpower. I'm going to take the pointy ears that come with facial hair. Give me some more piercing real estate.
If your appearance is always changing, you can make your ears big enough for more piercings.
Right. 14. How weird are you? Slightly, very, completely, or not at all?
I'm not weird at all.
Bullshit. I'm gonna go with slightly. Josey, feel free to fucking chime
I'm
in.
gonna also go slightly. I feel like everyone who plays this
We're-
game should at least be slightly.
Yeah, nobody here. Nobody is not weird at all. Because that's a very subjective question.
I feel like everyone who plays this game has to be at least slightly. If you're very, that's probably some kind of fun. If you're the only very at the table, if you're completely, you're probably annoying.
Yeah.
I'm very aware that I'm incredibly weird. And if there was something I could do to change that, I would. Unfortunately, every time I open my mouth, bullshit comes out.
Well, yeah. Last question. What race do you most often play? And it's pretty much all of them here. Human, half-orc, dwarf, tiefling, elf, changeling, dragonborn, Arakocra, Goliath, halfling, goblin, furbolg, genasi, kenku, half-elf, Azamar, or gnome.
Here's the problem. I don't get to play that often. I'm mostly.
Yep, same boat. Yeah.
Then
I'm going to
yeah.
pick Goblin.
you go ahead and pick goblin. For the DMs, how about we rephrase this as if you were to play a game, what would you be most excited about playing?
You know what? I can tell you what I did play in the last game of D&D I did play. So, which was, I played like 3 or 4 sessions of a pay-to-play store game that proved to be, not very good, so I never went back. So I played a Dragonborn there. I played a Dragonborn Paladin. I enjoyed that, so I'm going to say Dragonborn.
That's a cool combo.
Going with that, it is not an option because it was Leonin from Theros. But
we just started a new game where I am a turtle, which is not an option here.
Nice.
When
I love playing a turtle.
Straight barb. I'm riding barb to 20.
I did also play an online D&D game where I was one of those, Loxodon.
Oh, the Loxodon.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was recently in a one-shot where I got to be a turtle, and I named him Bort, and he just sounds like Bernie Sanders.
I was a Loxodon cleric, yeah.
Loxodons are, I knew the Loxodons from playing Magic.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was a what you call a Ravnica game. So,
yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go with Half Elf. That was my first character when I first started playing.
All right, ready to do this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone submit your answers.
Show me the money.
Greg, you had top initiative. What do you got first?
Half Elf, which is what I chose for the last question. So I am wondering if that makes a difference.
That is not the case for me.
Not the case for me as well. Yeah.
Jim, you were next in line.
You were just a knower of things, Gregory.
I got Azamar.
Little angel bits.
Celestial, celestial with an angel in the woodpile is
God.
Well, somewhere back there was, some celestial shenanigans. So yes, yeah. Somebody got impregnated by a beam of light.
That's her story, and she's sticking to it.
Exactly.
What a great story. A swan.
A bull.
Many generations later,
it's not what it looks like. It was a beam of light.
My pious ass was born. Yeah.
You just start beating up all the lamps in your house. You whore. What'd you get, Josey?
I got a tiefling.
Yeah, that checks.
I wanted to be a goblin.
We know.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
I also got half elf.
But compared to the last time we did this quiz, Greg and Jim, you weren't here. There was 5 things you could possibly be. And if you actually scroll down to the bottom of this after you read your little blurb about your race and where you can share and stuff.
It gives me a little result total.
Yeah, it gives you what you got, your totals were the most of.
My second choice was Dragonborn, which was the one that I picked for the last, what I wanted to be.
My top 3 were Tiefling, Half-Elf, and Human.
I got half-elf.
I got half-elf, Dragonborn, half-orc.
Cool. Okay, so I don't want this to drag on forever. There are a couple other quizzes. That was the race quiz. There's also a class and an alignment quiz. I do want to get to these. I think we're going to do these on other episodes. We're going to end up being 2 hours if we do it this way.
Yeah. No, I was looking at that too.
But these are cool. I do want to keep doing these. I like these. I like the stories that we're getting out of these. So
that's good. As hosts, we should have emergent backstories that come out through play. Yes. So yes, that's exactly.
So let's call this here. And we'll do the class and moral alignment on future episodes. I don't know how often I want to do them, but we definitely are going to get to these. So keep an eye out for whenever the hell those come out. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap it?
I'm going to say I didn't see Azamar coming. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. That actually gives me a little something to think about in terms of that choice that they made for me. So
the other thing about this quiz, too, that I like is that if you don't think about it as yourself, but as the kind of character that you would like to embody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what these should be used for.
Yes.
These are fun to take for yourself. This is a very what Harry Potter house are you type of thing. But this could be cool for building a character. All you know is you have a rough idea, but what is this thing?
Mm-hmm.
And so again, the link for this is in the show notes. Go check that out. We're going to wrap this thing up here. We got a couple more that we're going to record right now, and you'll probably hear that next week. You can follow Josey at Goblin Scratches on Twitter. Twitter, right? Is that Twitter?
That is my Twitter, yeah.
That is the Twitter. That's at Goblin Scratches. Thank you, Josey. You can follow Jim at Jim Likes Games, also on Twitter and his YouTube channel. And you can hear Jim every Monday on the Just Played episodes here. You can follow Greg just around his house and around town. You just figure out what his car looks like.
That's
if
my
you can
job.
find me, you deserve to follow me. That's it.
You can just go ahead and follow him. Just stay 3 feet behind. And
6
stare
feet.
at him the
Me
whole time.
scratching at your door with my Gatling gun, my Nerf Gatling gun.
He's not the influencer we need. He's the influencer we deserve.
I'm Jason Portizo. I don't Twitter at all. I'm on Instagram at Jason Portizo. You can follow us all at Curmudgeons and Dragons, or go to curmudgeonsanddragons.com. All the links are there and in the show notes. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening. We will see y'all next time. Everyone, you are now out of initiative.
Thank you for listening to Curmudgeons and Dragons. Please share this with your favorite adventurers. Leave a review on Apple and follow us on social media. All links can be found at curmudgeonsanddragons.com. Practice safe adventuring, my friends.
This has been a JTP Audio podcast. Thanks for listening.